What's going on, everybody? How you doing? Sheepdog Overwatch coming to you live from the other side of the sights, and I want to come to you today about the hypocrisy and the double standard when it comes to anything not Black Lives Matter. Okay? Recently, this past weekend, on Saturday morning in Washington, D.C., D.C. police arrested two pro-life demonstrators who were in the process of chalking the message Black Preborn Lives Matters on the public sidewalk in front of a D.C. Planned Parenthood abortion clinic. The two individuals, Warner DePriest, a Students for Life of America employee and frequent sidewalk counselor outside the clinic, and Erica Caporaletti, a student at Towson University, were arrested for defacing public or private property. DePriest said afterward that the police did not inform him or Caporaletti of their Miranda rights and did not charge them for about 40 minutes. They were later released with a citation. Now, this is this is where the hypocrisy comes in. According to a spokesperson from Students for Life of America, SFLA, which helped to organize the demonstration, the city had issued them a permit allowing them to paint the message. As of Saturday evening, DC's Department of Transportation, which issues such permits, has not responded to a Washington Post inquiry about whether that permit had been indeed issued. So, this is where I have the huge problem with the hypocrisy. So, let's see. Public street, Trump Plaza, right? Trump Tower, wherever, whatever it might be in New York City. Black Lives Matter campaign on the public street, right? Black Lives Matter. Okay. The same thing in D.C. Black Lives Matter. But when a couple of quote-unquote white kids, right, decide they want to put something on there, which they have a permit to do, they're arrested and charged for defacing public or private property. When's this double standard going to end? You know, it just seems like in 2020, this whole thing where you see, I can't remember her name off the top of my head, an American of African descent. She went up in, I believe it was D.C., correct me if I'm wrong, took out some black paint and painted over Black Lives Matter, and she was arrested, telling people the truth about Black Lives Matter. Let's see, there was another person who had taken black paint, same thing, painted over it, and was arrested. The quote-unquote white person who took the black paint and put it over Black Lives Matter's painting of their slogan was charged with a hate crime. Now, if that's not some bullshit, I don't know what is. To not allow someone to express their First Amendment rights with a permit. Muriel Bowser is locked and loaded. Hardcore Planned Parenthood. One of the greatest genocides of human civilization has happened since Roe v. Wade in the quote-unquote black community, because I hate giving labels. When you have 18 million children murdered, that's a genocide. All started by, who said basically Planned Parenthood is going to be a way to eradicate the Negro. Well, if that's not fucking racist, I don't know what is. But when it comes to, the hypocrisy of this is just showing how the left-wing liberals in this country are trying to convey a message that if you say anything against Black Lives Matter, or if you show any proof or facts against Black Lives Matter, you are then a racist, a bigot, a xenophobe, all the shit we've heard. What does this remind me of? 2016. You ever notice that all this only happens during an election year? That really bothers me. I'm going to put the link to this story in the description below. But the one thing I want to know from you is this. Are you tired of the double standard that is within the United States right now, depending on what the fuck our skin color is? Look, folks, I want to get it through your thick head, and then I'm going to get out of here. There's only two types of people in this country. Are you ready for it? God-fearing, hard-working, tax-paying, gun-owning, freedom-loving patriots of America. And then there are criminals. When I see things like this happening, it makes a lot of us vets wonder why we even fucking went to war, or why we even served. Are you tired of the double standard in the United States? I know I am. So, if you like this type of content, and you're involved with this type of politics, or just basically common sense, that's all it is, it's common sense, and are tired of the hypocrisy of what we're seeing currently in today's schema of the human nature, go ahead and like it, subscribe, leave a comment, share the channel with friends, and let's try to build this up to something that we can all have a good discussion about without, fighting with each other. Because this is the United States of America. And I'm going to say this on every fucking video. If you don't like it here, fucking leave. If you don't think this is the place for you, trust me, there's millions of people around the world who think this is the place for them. And you are easily replaceable. So, let everything I've said sink in for a minute. And on that note, folks, my helos here. I've got to hit the skids. Sheepdog Overwatch is RTB out.